Hey, I had 0 questions submitted for office hours, so I didn't do them earlier, but I did have two tonight, so I figured I would reply to them. Um, Main thing people are asked, the two questions that came in were about the test, um, whether I can do, what's it on, first of all. So it's on finance. Fortunately, we do know that it's on finance. It is basically the first 7 chapters of the book. So we have up through chapter 7, which is ends at 250, 260, something like that. So 256 it ends at. But we're not going to have an awful lot on chapter 6. Chapter 6 is on interest rates. There will be a little, but not much on chapter 6. We did talk about it briefly, but not a great deal. But obviously quite a few time value money questions. Tests will be predominantly multiple choice, but not completely. You will have, I would say, the first couple of chapters were all on the art of finance, nexus of contracts, things like that, clearly testable. Talking about market, the financial markets, how they work, looking at accounting statements, etc. So it's not all math, but there will be some time value of money stuff. And I would expect probably more time value of money than just about any other section of the book. So make sure you read it. Other question was how to study for it. Clearly what I come from the book. I do the stuff that, the chapters from the book are the same. The only thing that's not in the book's nexus of contracts. We expanded that in the ethics section. We expanded that a little. But other than that, the stuff is from the book, and I know some of you aren't reading it. In fact, the other day, someone told me, I sure hope I don't expect you guys to be reading it, and I definitely do expect you to be reading it. I took the student down to my class or my office and showed them an old textbook that I had and showed how I would read things 2-3 times before a test. So that's basically the expectation I have. You should read the readings. You should. It's not optional reading. So I don't know what else to say. When it comes to time value of money stuff, draw the timelines. Clearly, the stuff we do in class, we cover in class, is more important. That's the most important stuff of the text. But there will be some parts that we didn't cover in class, and that's mainly to make sure people do have some incentive to read it. So it will be the full time slot, the full class time will be used for it. So I would expect, and I have not made it, so I don't know for sure, but I would expect probably 75 multiple choice questions and maybe 10 short answer type stuff, maybe one essay, maybe not an essay. Haven't thought through that far yet, but something along those lines. So make sure you are allowed a cheat sheet, front page. You can write as small as you want, put formulas down, put anything down really. And if you want to bring time present value tables, you can, as long as you make them yourself. You're allowed a calculator, and we will allow Excel. But again, and I've said it in class, and I will repeat it tomorrow, or sorry, at test date, that if I walk around, or if any of the TAs walk around and see anything other than a spreadsheet open, it doesn't matter if you just happen to be opening Facebook, it doesn't matter. Anything other than Excel, automatic failure for the test. Absolutely automatic failure. No questions asked. I'm not talking about it. I'm not debating it. You're done. So just make sure you stay on Excel if you're using a computer. You do not need a computer. If you can all do it by calculator, that's fine. Obviously, you should bring pencils, because there will be fill in the circles or whatever you want to call it, things for some of the multiple choice. So anyways, I hope you do well. You've been working hard. I think you will. A lot of you haven't got to the point yet where you want to be for the time value of money things in particular, but I think it will come. Just stay with it. Keep practicing. In the text I just sent a student maybe 5 minutes before I set this thing up, he asked how to study, and I said practice, read the chapters at least once, and some of it twice. So that was my suggestion. Make sure you read it. Make sure you practice. You can do unlimited bond pricing questions, and once you do bond pricing questions, all the other stuff should come into play too. You should be able to understand, oh, gee, all this is, bond pricing, stock pricing, housing, what's a coupon payment? What's a um, how much is your payment going to be for a mortgage? All of those things. Should be able to do an amortization table. I would expect that to be a question, at least somehow. And that's about all I know. So good luck. Don't panic. Make sure you study. Don't try to do it all Sunday night. It's not going to work. We've covered way too much material to cram, and you can't cram for finance classes. So I'm pretty convinced of that. It's not going to be a memorization test. We're taking the memorization out. You're allowed a cheat sheet. Make sure you use the cheat sheet, and just that's about it. So good luck. Hope you all do well, and see you on Monday.